Good evening and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Primetime News. I'm Shalva Wells. Leading this bulletin, the Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation, MIRCO, has repatriated the woman accused of having murdered her 2 children and attempting to kill a 3rd child in December 2020 from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia on Monday. According to a media statement issued by MIRCO's Director of Information and Research, Bertha Makali, on Monday, the ministry coordinated the return of Christofina Amutenya to Namibia in collaboration with the Embassy of Namibia in Addis Ababa. MIRCO was informed by the Embassy of Namibia in Addis Ababa that the Ethiopian authorities had finalized all processes necessary to allow the repatriation of Ms. Amutenya from Addis Ababa and coordinated her return as such, the statement reads. Amutenya is the spouse of a Namibian diplomat from the embassy or permanent mission of the Republic of Namibia in Addis Ababa. She is currently in the custody of the Namibian police and was expected to appear in court today. A 26-year-old man was Monday afternoon arrested after he was allegedly found in possession of 48 parcels of cocaine at the Otjiwarongo-Otavi police roadblock. Spokesperson of the Namibian Police Force in the Odornjupa region, Inspector Maureen Mbeha, on Tuesday said the suspect was traveling from Chumeb to Windhoek in a pickup at the time of his arrest. The vehicle with 4 occupants, including the driver, was stopped and searched at the roadblock. The narcotics allegedly found in the suspect's possession are valued at 24,000 Namibian dollars. He is expected to appear in the Otjiwarongo Magistrates Court on Wednesday on a charge of possession of drugs and dealing in cocaine. The 3 other passengers were released soon after. Police investigation continue. The Tumwe Community Trust and Nombaya Fishing Company constructed 10 corrugated iron sheet houses for a group of 17 marginalized community families settling at the Onankolunga village in the Ohangwena region's Omundangilo constituency. While handing over the houses Friday, Deputy Minister of Marginalized Communities Royal Kwikoko said the living conditions of the San people remain average and the construction of the housing units for the community must be used as a trajectory that should be followed and embodied by all leaders in Namibia and the nation at large. The Minneapolis police chief who called George Floyd's death murder soon after it happened testified that Officer Derek Chauvin had clearly violated department policy when he pinned Floyd's neck beneath his knee for more than 9 minutes. Continuing to kneel on Floyd's neck once he was handcuffed behind his back and lying on his stomach was in no way, shape or form part of department policy or training, and it is certainly not part of our ethics or values, Police Chief Madaria Arradonto said Monday on day 6 of Chauvin's murder trial. Arradonto, the city's first black chief, fired Chauvin and 3 other officers the day after Floyd's death last May and in June called it murder. We will be back shortly after the news roundup. The Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Kali Schledwijn, is in consultations with regional governors and traditional leaders to make stricter the policy that deals with allocation of land to business ventures on communal land. The current law, according to Schledwijn, is not strict enough and only states that individuals who wish to have a leasehold agreement on a piece of land should approach the traditional authority, which then recommends it to the land board for evaluation and forwards it to the minister for approval. Schledwijn, in an interview with Nampa on Thursday, said there is a need for strict rules that limits the allocation of land to business ventures, noting that the consultations which commenced mid-last year would therefore identify a set of rules that need to be put in place regarding the land allocation on communal land. He hoped to finalize the process during the course of this year. African Continental Free Trade Area Secretary General Wamkele Menei is officially visiting Namibia from the 5th to the 9th of April 2021. The visit marks Menei's first time to Namibia since he was sworn in as Secretary General of the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat in March 2020. In a media statement issued on Monday, Ministry of International Relations and Cooperation Executive Director Penda Nanda said during his visit, Menei is expected to have a meeting with the Office of the President and consultations with sectoral ministers to discuss, amongst others, Namibia's readiness for the implementation of the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. According to Nanda, the African Union Assembly of Heads of State and Government during their 33rd ordinary session held from the 9th to the 10th of February 2020 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, demonstrated determination to take rapid action to effectively operationalize the African Continental Free Trade Area by electing Menei as Secretary General for a 4-year mandate. The Economics Roundup is up next. It's time for your sports update. We commence with cricket. The national senior cricket team Eagles won its first match of the 2021 Castle Lights series with Uganda's Cranes by 7 wickets in the capital on Saturday afternoon. Player of the match and skipper of the Namibian team, Gerard Erasmus, had a brilliant game as he surpassed 1,000 T20 career runs during the match. Erasmus played a captain's innings to steer Namibia to a commanding 7-wicket victory in their first T20 international against Uganda at the Wanderers Field. Erasmus and Michel Dupree had an unbroken partnership of 82 runs as Namibia easily reached the winning target of 135 with 5 overs to spare. The first leg of the Southern Volleyball Association League kicked off in Keetmanshoop in the Karas region on Saturday. The league, which is the first of its kind, is held at the Suiderlig High School and includes teams from Oranjemund, Lourdes, Roshpina, Keetmanshoop and the Hardap region. In an interview with Nampa on Saturday, the vice chairperson of the Southern Volleyball Association, Thomas Nendongo, said leg 2 of 3 will be played in Oranjemund and Roshpina respectively later this year. Barcelona and Brazil international midfielder Felipe Coutinho underwent knee surgery on Monday as he races against time to be fit for this year's Copa America. Brazil national team doctor Rodrigo Lasmar performed the operation, which removed a cyst on the 28-year-old's left knee at a private clinic in Belo Horizonte, according to news outlet Globo Esporte. He is expected to be ruled out for the rest of Barcelona's season, but is hoping to be available for the Copa America to be played in Colombia and Argentina from June 13 to July 10. We will be back shortly after the sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you this evening. We thank you for tuning in, and if you are new to this channel, please subscribe, like, share and click on the notifications bell to stay up to date with all the latest happenings. From me, Shalva Wells, and the entire Nampa team, good night.